Good morning to all you guys out there. What we're going to focus on today is building a small spreadsheet in Numbers, which is very similar to Excel used by Microsoft. Numbers is just simply the version used by Apple. So what we're first going to do is go down to Numbers in our box. We're going to click on Numbers. It gives us two options. We can either choose a template from either a blank template or a checklist. First off, we're just going to do for this purpose is a blank one. So we'll double click on there. And if you're not familiar with any sort of spreadsheets, basically this is how they look. So you have your numbers, or I'm sorry, your letters from top across the top. Your alphabet goes all the way to Z, and then it goes on from A, B, B, and so on. And then in your numbers, you go from 1 to a million. Who knows? If you ever needed more, there's a couple little box to extend your categories over there. So when you're referring to anything in a spreadsheet, you're going to click on a cell, which could be any of these boxes all over the place. So for example, when people reference in Excel or in Numbers B3, they're referring to the cell right there. Same thing applies here. You're looking at C8. So what we're going to first begin to do is with any sort of spreadsheet, we want to give it a title. So we're going to call this our grocery store list. The next thing we want to do is add our items. So these are going to be where we list what we need to do or what we need to buy. We're going to list how many of each item we need to buy. And we're going to list the cost. We might not know the exact cost, but we can just estimate. And this is a really cool tool for perhaps if you were doing a lesson on consumer math, focusing around budgets in a classroom. So you could build a spreadsheet, have a budget, and be able to track and kind of see where your money would be spent at the grocery store. So you can maintain your budget. So now we've got our items, we've got our how many of each item we're going to need, and we got our basic cost, which we'll roll up. So first we need to add in our items. So let's say this week we need apples, we need grapes, we need chicken, we need bread, and we need milk. And for fun, we need beer. This is a college course, just kidding. So now we need one. We know that that's going to cost us $7 approximately. Milk, we need 2 containers of milk, which will just say $4. Bread, we need 1 loaf of bread, which will put us at $3.50. We need 4 chicken breasts, so that's going to put us at $12. Grapes are $4 and oops, I'm sorry. Grapes we need 1 for $4, and let's say we need 5 apples for the week for $3.50. Okay, so now we've got our basic sheet set up. So what we want to do now is we want to add into our totals. So there's an easy way to do the totals by simply highlighting the first column there, which would be B5, and right-click drag down to the 1. And in their numbers, they have a really cool function where if we go up to the function table here, pull down, you can sum, which again means add, right? Same thing over here. We're going to right-click, drag down. We want to know our sum there. Bang. So now we know that we need 14 units, and our approximate cost of where we're at right now is going to be $34. So let's keep everything so we know what we're looking at here. So we'll add in a total column. Then if you click over, a cool tool within Numbers is anytime you put a formula in, you can see what's been included into that formula. So same thing over here. So we have units here, but let's say we've got money items here. So let's say we want to change this whole column into money. So we just highlight the whole column again. If you look up in the toolbar here, there's a little dollar sign. So if you click on the dollar sign, now we have units of money. Really cool little tool to use. So let's just say we wanted to add a blue header to this whole thing. So we could add headers, make it a little prettier of a sheet. And then if we wanted to make, let's just say we were referring back to our budget. Now what was our budget? Let's just say our budget was $80, and you can put that in wherever you want. So now we have our budget of $80. We know that our dollar amount so far is at $34. Great, but let's just take it one step further for a little bit more advanced cases. Let's say we wanted to add a column in here. So you have the C And then if you see the little triangle there, we want to add a column before column C. So there, boom, we have a new column. Now let's say we know that apples might not cost 5 for 350. Let's say we know they are broken into unit costs, and they cost 25 cents per apple. So now we know that 350 might not be right. So what we can do here is you can add a simple basic formula where we hit the equal sign, and then we know we want to multiply column B5 with C5. So first we can simply click on C5, and notice C5 pops into the box. And then we know that multiplication on our thing is Shift 8, giving us the multiplication symbol. And then if we click on B5, we now have a simple formula set up. And just by hitting return, we now know that 5 apples at a unit cost of 25 cents each gives us 125. And because we placed the formula in there, notice now our total cost is $31.75. That's a basic way of putting together a simple little list, but at the end of the list, the number one thing to do is save. So we want to title that grocery store list and save. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys picked up some simple little traits. Take care.